What's going on, guys? You got Kwasi here for Kwasi Animation Studio and Kwasi Media Network. And we're back, and we are still doing the Making Anime series. So, this is part two of the filming process. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and retarget some animation to this guy because he's the other assassin that has to come out to the left. The other one had to go right. This one has to go left. So, we got to do basically the same thing we did for the first one, but instead of him going the opposite direction, instead of him going the same direction, he's going to go the opposite direction. So let's get to it. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I'm tripping. I just messed it up, but whatever, right? All right. Matter of fact, undo all of it. All right. This. And then I have to turn right around and do the stop animation for the other two, which I'm probably just gonna have them go into an idle, so to slowly step into the idle. Yes, you're going the wrong direction. All right. Da, 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 da. There we go. See him in camera. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna have to have him step forward in the next shot. So we're gonna look at the storyboard. Let's see. Yeah, the jump out right here. Then the stopping. So there should be the stopping. There should be a conversation right here, but I don't. I'm just gonna have them stop, and then here we'll start talking because he's gonna ask who are these guys, and then she's gonna say, yeah, she's gonna say, I don't know, but we don't have time for this. But right now, I'm just like I said, we were working on those other shots. So right now, we'll work on these shots right here, and then the next. I want to say the next thing that we'll end up doing will be getting shots rendered and then working on sound design, sound effects, and basically going through the entire pipeline because I don't want to just constantly be doing the shots. I'm like wanting to just show you how to go through the process because again, this is not how to animate. This is not how to structure a fight or whatever. This is about you learning how to get through each step, creating a pipeline, and like I said, starting with your outline, and starting with a beat sheet, or starting with writing your script, and then understanding how you want everything to go down from act 1 to 3. So this is what this is about. But anyway, so let me just add this next part. Let's see. What is it? Them stopping. So once they jump out right about 50, they'll stop. Yeah. All right. I can do that. I can. Let me see, because her armature isn't the same as his because her hands are different. His are on the Z, hers are on the X, which I don't know how I messed it up, but either way it goes, it's messed up. So I'll start with Abaya. 'I don't think she has an idol. Nope. I like creating operator presets for that because, oh Lord, not this one. This way there's no it's definitely not what I wanted, but all right. Then I can just instantly just drop it in. I don't have to go constantly say, oh well, do the bone orientation or whatnot. So creating a preset is pretty simple. You go up, hit the plus sign, and go from there, and just type in what you want the preset to be. Let's see. Uh, 499 frames. And so for this one, I'm just going to bring that in and actually do it in shot. Same thing for him. Oh, that says export, not export. We want import, import, import. Now, to answer a question before it's asked, is how is it that it's that easy for you to retarget? Well, I'm using AutoRig Pro's armature, which has a default to Mixamo's rig. So even if I do manual animation, I tend to do it on top of a Mixamo rig and then use that as a retarget to other characters. So general actions, not excuse me, not like simple actions and stuff like when I say general actions, something as simple as walking, jumping, grabbing something. I'll do something like that, but then it'll go to that and then it'll be a default animation. Not including also what I downloaded from Mixamo, Actor Core, and other places that you can obtain motion capture from. I have some stuff that I did myself from on what is it? Plask. I did something on the site called Kinect. I think that's what it called, Kinect, so something like that. It was just too slow, and yeah. So that's pretty much how that goes. Outside of that, yeah. So a reason why I use the rig because it's just that much faster to retarget. So when I hit bone list, it just automatically gives me the proper bone list to whichever bone set. Because there's two different rigs that's on Mixamo. One that has like a whole entire face rig, and then another one like this one here. So I'm just answering that question now. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that also now even the latest, because I'm not using the latest version of AutoRig, um, now has a preset for anything that's come from AccuRig. So yeah, I mean it's just one of those things. But personally, I don't really see the point of using AccuRig unless you're using it for games, or you're just doing stuff that's really not going to have any sort of facial animation. And even if you do, you can still use AutoRig to give the character a face rig, unless you're just really good at Rigify, which I mean, it's just as easy, but at the same time, you know, the way that things bind is a little different. So yeah, with that being said, let's get to it. I knew one of them had a pose library, so he has rest hands. All right. That's weird how hard that went out. Goodness. Hmm. Ah, which camera am I on? I'll assume it's that one. All right, let's see. Okay. They run on screen quickly, don't they? All right, so the head turn is definitely a thing I need. All right. Hmm. Yeah, think about it. I don't have one of those up here. Let me do that. Uh, boom. All right. Cause they use shape keys. Got to use the shape keys. All right. Ah, I just thought about it. I just need the facial thing to pop up, and then I can boom. I think can I do it like that? No. Yeah, there we go. Then just come and go bling, bling, boom. uh, 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 throw some color in there, man. Watch the keyboard. Don't push buttons. Mm-mm-mm. Oof. Where is it still on? Let's turn it on. All right. Looks different without the lighting on, huh? All right. All right. So, camera.
Battlefield instrumentals.
I like how they just instantly are like, yeah, let's go. Okay, so everybody's where they are, right? So this is a little bit of a thing that I want to give you. All right, so let's say we want to pick an assassin, right? So let's pick an assassin, and we see clearly where his root is, right? All right, so his root's here, but we want him to be back here. So what I tend to do is just like at his, really to be honest, at his center on his pelvis or torso bone, I'll put the 3D cursor there by selecting it, right? So it's just like, you know, okay, and then I'll just reset him and then slide him just slide him on over to that location. This way I don't have to deal with any of the extra stuff. I also found that there's an issue with auto rig where if you turn the character around, it tends to mess up their shoulder for some reason, the right shoulder, even the left if you turn it the other way. So what I decided was to start doing was grabbing the position and deleting, because when you bake it'll put a keyframe on everything but there's no animation on it, so I'll delete that animation and then just use this to turn them in whatever direction I need them in. And I wasn't thinking about it at first, even though clearly this is the actual bone, I'm air quoting, bone you would use to do that. And if I wanted them to go up and down, I would use the trajectory bone. So it just makes sense not to try to do it from the pelvis or from it being in object mode rather than in pose mode. So yeah, but I wanted to just state that out loud so it makes it easier on people that are trying to make adjustments. You could also add an empty to them where what I'm saying is like the empty would track to the center and you will always have a place to relocate them because it would always be attached to them. It would just be a child of. That's just a workflow, but I would just do it this way and then come in and then reset them, like literally select the whole person and then move them, like reset the pose and then move them. So in this case, I would be doing the same thing with Abaya and Paz. So that's a good way to do it, and I'll show you that in a second. I was just thinking about the camera shot I want to make next. Man, I'm so behind. I didn't even do the voice lines, so I apologize, guys. We can get some voice lines done for them. So when we get to that part, we'll definitely have that ready. Because right now, there's supposed to be a line right here. Yeah, I messed it up, huh? You know, that's poor organization. All right, so in this shot, the assassins are going to get turned off. 'Cause you don't need them.
battlefield instrumentals.
Yeah, I don't think I need the depth of field. Not for this particular shot. Man, I need the lines. Okay, so I may be able to skip that. Let me look at this real quick. Hold on. So they're talking. Okay, so what I'll do is on this one, since we were doing a tighter shot, so this one's tighter. What I'll do, let me check my time. 40 minutes, cool. All right. So what I'll do on this shot is I'll save that one. So we already know where we are. So the dialogue has to be dropped in there. And that means I got to come back to it. Go to the next shot. Right. Okay, so the next shot is on her, which she said, I don't know, but we don't have time for this. So I'll go to her side. Oh, wrong button. All right. Let's do this with some color. All right, so the shot will be there for that one. And then the next one is them going into their fighter pose. So let's see. No, not yet. Hold on. Okay. Easily fixed. Easily fixed. The hell? Don't tell me it's because of this. No, it's not. It's so slow. Hmm. Oh, come on. Uh, I just feel like she's not looking at him anymore. Because she's not. That's driving me a little bit. Because it's like, as soon as I turn her head, it's like it's not staying where I told it to be. I mean, it is, but the view from the camera's different. I don't think I like this actual. I don't. I'm change the camera action again. Looks so much different in the shot, doesn't it? Why does it feel like it's stopping? Oh, that's because it's changed because it was rendering. Never mind. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. I had to work on the rest of this so I can go ahead and go to the next phase, which again, like I said, that's about having the full render thing out, having the voice lines in there. Um, this is the entire, so we can get to the next part of the pipeline, which would be the sound effects, and things of that nature. Um, if you want, if you guys want, I can do an entire thing on how my workflow or how I deal with auto rig, using motion capture, also including and adding my own stuff. And I'll show you something if you're willing to, sit back and check it, to look at it. Um, this is one of the projects I'm working on now. This is using the add-on Human Generator. So yeah, let's stop the music. And this is just something, like I said, I'm working on right now, like using Human Generator, and there's no mocap in this at all. So that's what I'm saying. Like I do a bit of both. I'll use motion capture, and again, this is about adding. And we'll get to this part where you like here where we're seeing the process of figuring out what sounds to use. Like he's listening to music in this shot or whatnot. I mean, clearly I'm opening up where you see this on the screen, but this is not what's playing. But you see his speakers here, and he's listening to a song, and you'll see it. Just look at the cut. Tears I shed were emotions of dreams and better words.
You can't pick it up. Only the worthy. Only the worthy. Only the worthy.
What's up?
Hey, what you doing?
What do you want, Trish? I know you didn't call me to ask me what I was doing.
So, I mean, as you can probably see, um, that's the run up. So, one of the things that I wanted to, so I want to get to that point where I'm showing you guys basically how you can work. That's not what I want. Filmic, yeah. How you can use the way that you can go about using. I mean, I'm sorry. How to get to this point in the pipeline. Okay, because I find that a lot of people are not really understanding how to go from step one to the final step. Okay, from the first step to the last step. And I've been doing this for a while, and I've worked on projects that weren't animation where you learn the process. So it's one of those things where I just wanted to share this with you guys. So like I said, if you want a full drawn out sort of like breakdown of, again, my personal workflow of how I go about using auto rig, and figuring out how to set up an environment or a set or scene, depending on how you choose to say it, to your benefit, so you can animate a little bit more freely and speed up your workflow. Because real talk, speed is the key here, right? And it's about just being a little bit faster and not getting stuck in this loop of trying to figure out how to problem solve with things that you can already have a workflow for. So with that being said, man, the next step will be this right here, where basically we'll be dealing with sound effects, voiceover, and putting the entire clip together. So yeah, you'll get to see the fight and everything. I'll put a little energy into it so that it doesn't just seem like some sort of limiting thing. I may even do a small recording for it so you can see some BTS on it, some behind the scenes stuff. But other than that, with that being said, man, I hope that you learned something. And again, trying to keep this flow going as best I can. Nothing